Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here with Brother Chef.
Sultry voice, Chef. Wow.
Yes, absolutely. Brother Chef.
And I am Kevin Kaitovsky.
Yes, and we are here with, what is it, episode 3? This should be episode 3.
Yeah.
Fucking hopefully.
From the past, because it's not a live recording, which is kind of eerie.
From the past.
Today's the 29th.
Yeah, there you go.
So this one's going to be aired a month from now. Next week's episode 1, and then every other week it's each episode. So yeah, this one's gonna be a month from now.
Fuck yeah, let's do it, man.
There we go.
Coming live to you from the fucking past.
So we're hoping, if you're hearing this, Ebola hype hasn't gone crazy. You can still have.
Oh please, that's already gone crazy.
I think people are overreacting. That's one thing, but
no, absolutely not. No. It's not like this happened before with Y2K, SARS, fucking bird flu, swine flu, like avian flu, like it was killer bees. Like Americans are just, we just need.
Dude, swine flu. My mom was actually like, "Listen, guys, we might have to go to the store and stock up, and it's getting serious right now."
Dude, a
week later, nothing.
Everyone in my school was racing just back and forth. Yo, dudes were like trading fucking like masks and fucking rubber gloves and shit. And the dean had to get on the fucking the radio and go like, "What the fuck are you all? Stop! Like, God damn it, it's the flu. Shut up. Like, calm down.
Put a sweater on.
Have
some chicken soup. Like,
relax. Some chicken soup, man.
My God.
But yeah.
But I couldn't stop thinking about the movie Contagion, which was so scientifically accurate, and like really a lot of the movie critics were like, really like it was like really done well. They were saying how well it was done because it was so scientifically accurate. A lot of research was put into it.
Like I don't know. I just came
the whole fact that you touch your face 2,000 times a day.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody sneezes on a pole in the subway. You hold on to that and then scratch your eye. Bam.
Okay, they say you touch your face 2,000 times a day?
Yeah.
What is the statistic for your dick? How many times does everyone touch that?
Every other time you're not touching your face.
Absolutely. It's got to be like 1,000 times a day. Come on. Come on. Wake up, America. This is what you got to be afraid of. Walking around talking about Ebola. What about herpes, bro?
Ebola.
Fucking dick colds. What if your dick sneeze, bro? That's what you need to worry about. Fucking like how many times a day
we wanted to talk about something completely different today. And here we are.
Absolutely.
Talking about herpes.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. Oh, well.
How's your week been, Chef?
Oh, man, it's been tough. I've been training extremely hard and everything.
Same thing as last week.
Basically.
Just getting a little tired.
And I was like, yeah. I've been doing the contrast showers. I was listening to the Joe Rogan Experience episode with Keith Weber, this dude who is basically just a goon who friggin' made these Keith Weber's Extreme Kettlebell Cardio Workout DVDs. Basically, you have all these DVDs that are made for people just getting into stuff, but then he basically said, fuck that. What about the people who already know how to do shit and, just need an extreme fucking workout?
Yeah.
Want to go balls to the wall. And he's like, fuck yeah, I'm going to go to the beach.
No DVDs for those, right?
Yeah, I'm going to go to the beach with a fucking kettlebell and fucking do this shit. And he recorded a DVD. It was fucking insanity. And I do basically the same type of exercises he does. We were talking about him last episode, whenever the fuck these people hear that and then or whatever.
3 weeks from now?
Sure.
I don't know.
But yeah, like windmills, snatches, and all that stuff. And like, yeah, but like that's what I normally do. And Joe Rogan, he mentioned how he had a friend back when he did Taekwondo who after training would take these really cold showers and do breathing exercises. And me personally, like I started doing contrast showers. Basically, every shower I take nowadays is a contrast shower, and like that's big.
What's a contrast shower?
Basically, that's when you'll have hot water going on you at first, and you soap up and everything, all that stuff. Well, hopefully you soap up, you dirty fucks.
And use loofahs. I think loofahs are underrated.
Yeah, man.
Loofahs are exfoliate, man.
I fucking love loofahs,
Scrub
bro.
that dirt off your skin.
I just love them because they're so easier to get soppy, like sudsy and everything. And like, I don't know, there's some statistics.
That's the chemical sulfate in those products. Natural soap doesn't really do that. But
word?
Yeah, it just feels so good.
Fuck yeah, it gets you clean, bro. I don't feel clean unless there's suds, man.
Yeah, right? Isn't it weird how psychological that is?
When I was in the Army and like we would all have these fucking stall showers, right? I knew which guys I could trust and which guys I couldn't trust by whether or not I saw suds coming out their shower.
Oh.
Dead ass. Like, the fuck you mean? Like, oh, yeah, don't you feel nice and clean? Like, fuck you mean you feel nice and clean? You don't know what soap is?
Like, this guy's just pouring water on his body.
Yeah, man. What, you think running water on your filthy ass after we've been low-crawling with our dicks in the sand for fucking standard Army procedure? You take your dick and you put it in the sand and you low-crawl. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly how we train.
Especially in the Army. I mean, yeah, you like the training, the workouts, you gotta use soap.
Dude, there was this dude who just wouldn't shower.
Oh God,
Literally,
no.
Like, and the thing is, it's not old army where
Isn't
they would
it-
just be like, jump him, fuck him up, and then make him shower. It's like, no, it's like they had to run, tell their drill sergeant had to counsel him, like, not just fuck him up physically, like make him do push-ups and shit, but like
make him more sweaty. Yeah,
but
it's a good
had
idea.
to actually, had to actually like, these are basically, imagine like a permanent record and a mark on your permanent record. That's what a counseling is in the army. This dude had even marks on his permanent career record could not bring this dude to shower. They literally had to grab him and throw him in with soap and water. Like some people just
who in the 21st century is like against showers?
Some
now?
people just aren't raised correctly. I remember another horror story.
Damn, that household must have been.
This one dude, this dude must have been 25, right? And at the time we were at training in my AIT class, Advanced Individual Training for civilians who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, come on, acronyms.
But yeah,
This is
anyway.
your military buffs.
Whatever the fuck.
I'm with the AIT and the EFF and the
Army Job School.
LATPC.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, Army Job School, and I'm there, and there was a dude in our class who one day we had to stop all regular duties and clean out his room. A 25-year-old man. I think he was fucking lying about his age, by the way. This motherfucker looked like he was 30-something, but whatever. That's none of my business. But yeah, anyway.
Well, I mean, if he got in the army, he had to do something right.
Yeah.
For them to be like, yeah, sure, he's 25. They usually lie to the age to get in there. You know, it's an old joke.
But this dude, I swear to God, we poured cleaner in his toilet, and when I say we lift up the seat and just saw gray matter just dripping from the gray matter. I can't identify that substance.
To anybody at home.
I don't know what this is.
If
to this. I don't know if it was piss or shit. Well, I don't know anyone's piss or shit that comes out gray.
Combination of both.
Fuck. I'm pretty sure that's leprosy, dude. Like fuck. Like I don't know what the fuck was wrong with this guy. The headboard was full of boogers. Like.
Oh my God.
It was just like there are people out there just not getting raised. But anyway, back to contrast showers. But yeah, basically.
Okay, so you take a nice regular warm shower.
You warm it with hot water, and then you like suds up, and you rinse off with cold water, like as cold as it can be.
I've heard about those, and every shower, my friend tells me about it, is like, dude, this is great for your body. It's not very good for you to just shower in really hot water. You should actually do cold showers. It's natural. It's what the body is for. And so every time I shower, I think about it. It's like, I should do it. Today's the day I'll do it. I'm like, there's no way I'm touching that cold knob. This hot water feels great.
I paid for my fucking gas heat
I live in a building with constant heat.
Why the fuck would I willingly
dude, in Italy, there's still a lot of apartments where you have to use a boiler. So when you take a shower, it's like you have to remember before you go to bed. If you want to take a shower in the morning, before you go to bed, turn your boiler on. It's like a big white tank. It hangs in like your kitchen above the sink. Turn it on, and in the morning, you should be ready for like a 30-minute hot shower. After 30 minutes, hot water's gone.
But it's actually pretty good for you. Like powerlifters have been using it for.
It reminds me of you do that. Russians do that when they go to steam saunas.
Oh yeah, they go to the steam.
You go to a steam sauna. You steam in there for like a good 10 minutes. You not anymore. You get really sweaty, everything like that. And what you're supposed to do is get rinsed with cold water. Just get it all flushed, really cold water. That's why they also have the cold dip. It came from because. Back in Russia, in the backwoods, when the only thing you could do was drink and go to saunas, what they would do, it's like the steam is just a big small log cabin with just cold, and you pour water on it, steam up the whole log, contain the moisture. And this cabin would be right next to a big, cold, freezing lake. So what you would do is steam up for 10 minutes and just run out and dip into this lake.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Go to any Russian sauna now. There's a lot of them here in Brooklyn. Well, I mean, here in the city, there's one called Mermaid Spa. Every single one has a cold dip.
I heard about this one, like, Japanese-style sauna/spa, where it's like the rooms would literally get to 150-plus degrees. And, like, people would just, like, they put, like, you wear a robe and then you put a towel, like, over your head as well. And a lot of people
talk
like
about Korean spas. Spa Castle, there's one in the city. That has that, but I don't know. I think it goes up to like 118, maybe 150 is way too hot, dude.
But he was telling, the dude was telling, it was secondhand information. I don't know myself, but yeah, he was telling me it gets so fucking hot, and people go in. You have the towel, and people go like, "Oh, why the fuck would I put a towel on my head? I'm gonna be hot." But then they go in there, they take it off, and then all this fucking steam just comes at you, and it's just like you feel all the sweat just burning off your fucking face because it's so damn hot.
Yeah,
just evaporating so quickly and everything. And it's like, yo, you realize, oh, the towel on my head is to protect my face because it's so hot. Everything. But yeah.
A big mistake people do is like when they go in the sauna, they sweat and all that, and they don't rinse it off right away. They just come out and be like, oh, wow, that was great. I feel hot. Oh, yeah, they cool off for a little bit and they just go right in. Meanwhile, you come out, you're sweating like crazy, and all that sweat is just going back into your skin.
It goes back in your skin?
Yeah, absolutely. All those pores, it's just, pores are open. It just sucks in. It just sucks everything in. You got to rinse it off, get it all aired out.
Especially if they're desperate for moisture and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, like, yeah, the contrast showers are supposed to be really good, and, like, I've been reading a bunch of different stuff and listening to a bunch of different stuff talk about, like, the wonders we're discovering about cryotherapy or just cold exposure, like, Timothy Ferriss in his book The 4-Hour Body, which I mentioned last recording, he talks about how like I can't get into the fucking science of it. I'm a fucking dumbass, but whatever. He sounds really smart and his book's really cool. But anyway, like that guy, he freaking talks about how like cold exposure showers, like 10-minute long cold showers and then ice baths can help with fat loss. And it sounds crazy.
I bet, though. I mean, because like when. I mean, if for a layman like me, if you tell me that, I'd be like, well, when I get cold, I shiver. My body's going to like extreme motion to stay warm. I guess that might
like people in like those
weight loss,
those like below like life below zero people, like that Alaska show about those people in Alaska and everything.
Oh my god, I want to watch that show.
Yeah, like people who live lifestyles like that, these like fishermen and hunters in Alaska, where like the temperature gets so frigid cold, like literally like you will not live past a certain amount of time outside cold like that. Like they literally they have to eat so much trail mix and so much fatty like fish and everything, because if they don't, they'll just wither away.
They gotta start thinking like bears. It's like, okay, winter's coming, and this is where it gets 50 below zero, like in terms of temperature, and they're like, all right, I guess I have to gain some weight to survive this winter. And so they just literally fatten themselves up. They're like, who cares?
Basically, but it's like
about my looks. I want to live.
Your body's burning so many calories just trying to keep warm.
Absolutely.
It's like you need that extra, and it's like it wasn't necessarily that your body just needs to burn off extra calories to keep warm, but that is a strategy that's very common for weight loss and everything, just ingesting cold water over time or just cold exposure therapy, because like your body burns calories like trying to keep warm. But then also all the way from that to cryotherapy, which a lot of MMA fighters are doing now, where they'll go into rooms that are literally 250 degrees below zero.
Oh man.
And they'll go in for like 3 to 5 minutes, and basically
that seems so cold. Like
you put on a face mask and gloves and these little footies or whatever.
Yeah, otherwise you lose those fingers.
Yeah, and you go in for like about a couple minutes. It's just supposed to be 1 minute. Then you have hardcore. I was like Joe Rogan. He says he does it for 2.5 minutes because fuck it, I'm gonna be hardcore and everything.
That's dangerous.
And it's basically like your body's like, what the fuck? It's so cold, and it's like it's doing everything in its power to keep warm. It's like quick, send blood everywhere, send nutrients everywhere. We're gonna die. Hypothermia is happening. And then you step out and it's like, and you have this huge rush like of adrenaline and everything because your body thought it was gonna die. It gave you this huge rush of adrenaline and blood and everywhere.
I mean, it's because it's like your eyes. You think okay, I see I'm not gonna die, and yet your body still thinks it is. Like when you get dizzy, you throw up.
Yeah.
You know why that happens?
Why?
Your body thinks you've been poisoned, and it's trying to throw everything up because that's where normally dizziness would come from.
Word, that makes sense.
You eat something, dizziness, like lightheadedness, and your body's like, all right, we ate something bad. Yeah, vomit everything. Everything must go.
That just reminded me of that story of that dude when they tried to kill Rasputin. That Russian dude.
Oh, Rasputin, the unkillable man.
Yeah, the fucking basically like you had I believe it was the Russian royal family at the time, the czars, and I believe Nicholas was the czar or something. Alexander, I believe his name was spelled. Oh wait, no, fuck. I want to say Alexander. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
I'm not sure what time he was. Let's see.
But basically, at the time, he was like this dude who the royal family thought he had mystical powers and could heal their sick daughters, right? And he was really trusted and shit. And people realized, this guy has too much power, and he was a shady motherfucker. And they tried to kill him, and they gave him a huge feast, right? Everything was poisoned. Everything was poisoned. And he just eats and eats and eats, and he's just fine. Then they fucking shot him. And he drops to the ground. Like, finally, it's over. Then he gets up and runs and everything after being poisoned and shot. And they kept, I believe they kept shooting him. They tried to beat him, and he escaped, got away, and then he was found dead in the river. Like, so he swam some miles away and eventually died of drowning, I think. Some shit like that.
It might not even be drowned. I think, maybe it was drowning because like he was.
I mean, he was shot and poisoned, but that shit didn't kick in like they thought it would. But yeah, and it just didn't work. And the funny thing is, he was supposed to be like a holy man, right? Meanwhile, like there are tons of stories of him of like how he just like he basically fucked the shit out of everything moving.
Oh yeah, he had a super huge schlong.
He had a huge schlong, which is still preserved in a museum. Somewhere
in Russia,
just to show you.
Russia preserves. I mean, dude, they still have Lenin there. I've seen him in a box. Yeah,
wow.
It's
kind of good.
You walk in. Oh look, there's his body.
Yeah,
encased in wax. Oh my god.
But yeah,
so creepy though, dude. You walk in. It's not like a viewing. You just walk in and see this like a museum piece. Yeah. It's dark. The only thing lit up is his body in this glass box coffin. He's just resting there, eyes closed and everything like that. It looks like a wax doll almost. So you walk in, and it's just a single file around his body, as his cadaver, and then you leave. Wow. If you so much as not stop a little bit, out of the shadows, a Russian guard will step out. I stopped for a little bit just to have a better look. Yeah. A guard stepped behind me. I didn't even see him. Step behind him, tap on my shoulders, like, пожалуйста, идите, пожалуйста. Like, okay, Jesus.
I'll get the fuck out of here.
I look closer. There's like 4 stationed around every corner, making sure nobody stops at all.
Wow.
Like, can you imagine that job? I'm guarding the dead body of an old communist leader.
Holy fuck, dude.
Make sure nobody touches him.
That's fucking crazy, man. But yeah, speaking of, look, full circle. We came back full circle. We're talking about Russia now. Meanwhile, the birthplace of the kettlebell.
Yeah, the kettlebell.
Yeah, it's a fucking nifty piece of equipment and stuff. People just underrate it so much. Like the amount that, like, just the massive benefit you can do for your body with the exercises from a little 35-pound cannonball with a handle on it.
Right.
Basically, that's essentially.
You look at that and you're like, how can that be so great? But it's just like they somehow long ago discovered how that exact shape and what the workouts you do with it really promote this whole body physical fitness.
And it's weird because, like, I remember we mentioned bro science way back. Like, people believe, like, oh, you're doing all this dumb shit that isn't proven and shit. Like, all these dumb, like, primitive workouts. And, like, imagine going to someone like, dude, let me tell you. Fuck your gym membership, bro. Fuck all those weights and all those machines, all your protein and shit, bro. I got a cannonball with a handle, dude. This is the thing. This is the thing, bro. Like, yeah.
Gives you that and a DVD. I'm telling you how to do it.
Fuck yeah.
DVD by Keith Weber.
Meanwhile,
I'll show you how to do it.
Meanwhile, it's one of the greatest exercises all the time. Almost like everybody I know who's into martial arts knows of kettlebells and how awesome they are. And like, it's just amazing. Like,
how heavy do they go? Do you know? Because it's like for a good workout, it's like I bench press 200 something, but it's like the guys who bench press 200 something, he'll be good with like a 35-pound kettlebell.
He'll
get tired in 10 minutes doing the workout.
I've seen some that go. I worked out with a 90 in real life. I use both hands for that.
Damn.
But think about it. If there's one kettlebell that's a 90, that means that there's some freakazoid doing kettlebell workouts with a 90-pound kettlebell. Well, I do snatches and shit with an 80-pound dumbbell. But I feel like the dumbbell is far more easier to work with because it's like, it's kind of a more stable-ish kind of weight because it's like you're not swinging a cannonball from a handle. You're kind of like swinging a handle attached to 2 things that are evenly distributed on each side.
Yeah, there's a science to it, yeah.
And you don't have to worry about wrist, what's it called, a sand rash when it whips and hits your wrist. Like, you got to build up your wrist to catch the kettlebell. I always wondered about that. I saw like, this is fucking excellent and everything. Meanwhile, you see these dudes doing it, and it's like see this giant ball just whipping into the back of your forearm, and it's like, that seems like it might hurt. Like,
I mean, you could get pads for it, like with like wrist pads.
Toughen up, just like you get calluses.
Toughen up,
be a man, yeah, and everything. But it's amazing. Like, there are these things that have been around for so long that wasn't necessarily substantiated by science, and then when it finally is, it's like, holy fuck, and everything. Like Keith Weber, he was mentioning how he was mentioning the benefits of acupuncture, right? And like one thing he noticed is that the pressure points used in acupuncture, I don't know the exact.
Have you ever had acupuncture done?
No, I want to though.
I've done once, very long ago. Like I had a knee problem and I guess it worked, but it's like when I was 11 and I have knee
when
problems,
you're
it might have
11.
just been time.
Word.
But your body heals up, so I don't know.
Did it hurt at all? Because I heard it doesn't really hurt.
No,
like, the needles are so thin.
No, exactly. It's more it's more of just your mind being freaked out by needles. That's
but it's like the needles are so thin. It's like they don't even pierce the skin. They just move in between. Like what the
exactly.
So
it's small.
weird.
Not, like you don't feel a mosquito bite. Only until it's left, but what I actually found out recently is that the mosquito before biting you salivates on your skin to kind of like numb it.
Yeah,
and then so that's why you don't feel it.
Yeah. Oh my god! But he noted that there's the pressure points of acupuncture match the chakra points in Hinduism. Well, they line up basically along the body, not like exactly tit for tat. And those also kind of line up as well with, I'm gonna butcher this now. The different hormones, the different glands that release hormones in the endocrine system. Fucking can't speak English. Anyway, but yeah, and it's like it's weird because it's like they kind of knew about these points, but like without science and everything. And then one thing, especially with Hinduism, that goes in. One of the things is like they go okay, you pronounce it, Kevin, because we were talking about
pineal.
Pineal gland. I swear to God,
think of pine cone.
All day
pineal
I've
gland.
been saying the pineal gland. The pineal gland.
Penal. I think there is a penal
bro,
something.
The pineal gland, bro. It's the gateway to the soul. Like, because they call like in like
Oh wait, no, that's the penal, relating to, used for, or prescribing the punishment of the offenders under legal system.
Penal. Okay.
Penal gland.
Okay, so pineal gland.
Yeah, pineal.
Pineal gland.
Because it represents a pine cone.
Yeah, it represents a pine cone.
I don't know how
and
kind of
it's
sick
like,
freak figured that out.
Looks
Dragged it out of a brain. Hey guys, look, it looks like a little pine cone.
That's definitely how they really figured
Yuri
it
put
out.
it back.
They just said, fuck it. They just killed one guy and just took all his shit out. They're like, okay, we're going to figure out how all this shit works.
Dude, there's stories of men performing surgeries on themselves. Like one guy who was a top-notch surgeon. Okay, I'm going to look that up just so I get his name.
Yeah. I actually heard the dude did self-surgery, basically.
Yeah.
And then there's like, it's not hard to believe. There are tons of stuff like you'll see practitioners of pencak silat in Indonesian martial arts, like the sects that go more into the dark magic side of it.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. What's it say about the guy?
He was a Russian guy, of course.
Of course. Of course, a Russian. Leave it to a Russian.
On April 30th, 1961, Dr. Leonid Rogozov removed his own infected appendix.
Jesus Christ!
Imagine you get appendicitis. You're like,
I'm gonna get it.
Man, like I really have to go to the hospital.
Man,
but
give me some toothpaste and a butter knife.
I don't want to miss my program. Masha, give me knife.
Oh my God. Removed his own
infected appendix at the Soviet Novolazar. I'm Russian. I'm butchering this because it's so weird reading Russian words in English. Novolazarevskaya Research Station in Antarctica. Oh, it was in Antarctica. He was the only physician on staff. The operation lasted 1 hour and 45 minutes. Rogozov later reported on the surgery in the information bulletin of the Soviet Antarctic expedition. That's excellent. So this Russian guy in Antarctica gets appendicitis. And says, all right, I guess I gotta do
this.
Let's
do it. Like, it is. Meanwhile, we fucking cry when we have to get flu shots. Come on,
right?
People. Come on, people. The Russians are beating us. This is why.
Like
watching you, Kevin.
50 years ago.
Watching Kevin.
Please, dude, I'm a white. I've been born here. I'm nowhere near like this. Man.
Oh my God. Yeah.
They make. I just feel bad. Like I wish I was badass like this, but I'm not. I gotta toughen up.
Come on, man. You gotta be the next Drago. Oh fuck. Come on, man. You need to take out Rocky.
The next Rasputin.
Yeah. But what's he fucking saying? Oh yeah, Keith Weber. He talks about like how all these points kind of match each other, and all right, the pineal gland now. Fucking said it right for the first time ever.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, the pineal gland in Hinduism, how it's kind of and in a lot of cultures. Oh shit, we got 24. Okay, 24. We got 4 minutes. But yeah, in Hindus, it's like regarded as a third eye. Like they call it the gate. Like basically the same position that the pineal gland is in your head is like where a third eye would be, right?
Dude, a lot of cultures.
Yeah, a lot of different cultures do it. Yeah, and like I've seen it in 5%ism, which is basically like that's a religion. It's that religion is kind of like a mesh between, to describe it, and sorry for any 5%ers, the few and far between.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of our listeners don't know what that is. So
yeah,
give a little.
It's kind of like a mesh between Nation of Islam and Egyptian, religion, or like ancient
Egyptian religion.
Ancient Egyptian religion, and then basically it's a lot of rappers follow it. Basically, it's supposed to say that the black man is God, basically. Because it's like they were all the Egyptian pharaohs and everything, how powerful they were, how they developed mathematics, astronomy, astrology, all this stuff, and like made the pyramids, which to this day we still can't really explain how the fuck they were made. So the whole idea is like, as descendants of that, the black man today is a god, basically. And a lot of rappers believe it. When you hear everybody calling themselves, basically in rap, everyone calling themselves God.
God-based God.
That actually has roots, cultural roots in 5%ism. And the first dudes who really got the rap scene jumping off, I'm going to butcher names now. I haven't really kept up with this in the longest, but KRS-One, I want to say his name.
I like him.
I want to say his name's Africa Bambaataa. I think that's his name.
Yeah, Africa Bambaataa.
Yeah, basically like the first
Planet
major
Rock, man.
Yeah, the first major rappers and everything. They were all 5%ers, dude. They were all 5%ers who believe the black man is God. And,
what's it called? Nation of what? With a Z something. What was it?
Nation. Oh my God. I don't know. I just know Nation of Islam. That one.
No, there's it's killing me.
If it comes back to me, man.
It'll come back to me.
But and they're talking about this, and basically like they also have reverence, symbolism and imagery of the third eye. And a lot of cultures do that. That's just an example of another one, why I even brought that up. But yeah, a lot of rappers, that's where the whole idea of like calling yourself God came from and everything. And thing is, it's not, well, all right, their interpretation is that like, the black man is as a descendant of pharaohs, which were gods. They were revered as gods back in the ancient days. So yeah, the black man's God too. Now, meanwhile, and that sounds crazy, but let's look at it in Hinduism, right? They look at the pineal gland. There you go.
Well, no, it's all pituitary. I think it's related to the pineal, so you could say it's that too.
Okay.
I think that's what you were confusing. Pituitary and pineal.
Oh yeah. The pineal gland. Yeah, that's supposed to be the third eye or the gateway to the soul,
where dreams come from.
No, the gateway. Yeah, the gateway to the universe, heaven, all this stuff and everything. Wait, hold up. Sorry, different show format. We're supposed to stop at a certain point for commercials. We're at 27:18 right now.
27:45. We're gonna have the commercial. So yeah, we're gonna cut to commercial soon, and
apparently that's the new format for the show.
We'll be back after some messages.
Absolutely, yeah. I think they'll be tuning in right about here for those who had to listen to the commercial break.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, yeah, we were just talking about friggin' what's it called? Acupuncture during the break, but yeah, and I want to get back to this point with the third eye, though.
Yeah.
All right, so you have the pineal gland, right? The pineal gland is basically this point, like basically right in your forehead and everything, where if it were there would be a third eye if you had one, right? Now, thing is, there have been a lot of studies in biology which say, anatomically speaking, the pineal gland is technically kind of like a third eye, like actually a third eye. And everything, like it's just that
when
you don't
say
have
eye, it's not like a thing that sees.
Yeah, it doesn't see. It's not like you don't have a thing that sees. But like I believe I am a total bro, just talking shit out of my ass. It's like trying to regurgitate shit.
Disclaimers every 5 minutes.
Trying to regurgitate shit. People we're
just here to entertain you, not teach you.
Yeah. But so I could be butchering this, getting it all wrong. But anyway, as a bro with my degree in bro science, this is basically a third, and it's like the way messages are interpreted, signals are received, and everything kind of functions similar to the eye, extremely similar to the eye. So it's kind of like a third eye, and basically that gland, that is the exact point where the third eye is depicted in Hindu imagery, in 5%er imagery. As a matter of fact, DMX, he was a major 5%er. I don't know if he still is, but he definitely was big into 5%ism, at least some of its concepts. And there's a picture on one of his albums. I forget what it's called, goddamn. But yeah, basically the cover is the cover where he's covered in blood and everything like that. One of his friends was shot. I don't think it was his brother, but one of his friends.
It's dark and hell is hot.
I believe so.
Because he's all red. This one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's the cover, and then there's a picture of him like where he's like covered in blood. Or flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. That might be it. I don't know. I fucking forget my DMX album names. But anyway, yeah. on the back cover, he has a picture of his friend who got shot and died, and right between his eyes, there's like there's a third eye, kind of, marked in. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
My first blood in my blood, and it's like there's a third eye, edited into the picture, and that's because they believe in 5%ism. It's like there's mad references to the third eye. Black man is God. Jay-Z, Jehovah called himself Hove God. Yeah, all that stuff is even if the people saying and doing it aren't 5%ers themselves, that comes from 5%ism, which rap kind of in a way started out of with dudes like KRS-One, Afrika Bambaataa, and everything.
Which is funny because back then it was a lot. There wasn't a lot of religious mention there. It was more. I mean, I guess around early '90s you started getting a lot of Muslim, Islamic references.
Yeah.
But back, when hip hop like that first started, which I love, it was all about fighting the power, the struggle, classism, and everything.
Yeah, and then the things like people kind of look at 5%ism, especially in the black community. It's like, oh, them niggas is crazy. It's like, but it's like, think about it. You have all this oppression, all this hard life and everything. Of course, like people. What hope is given through, but what better hope is to get than through belief and everything. And like that's kind of the thing. It was like, okay, we have all society telling us we're shit, but we have this one religion saying that we're gods. You know what? Maybe we are. And yeah. But anyway, they mentioned, so basically you have this gland, the pineal gland, which is where the third eye would be, and anatomically the pineal gland kind of resembles an eye, and that's where melatonin is released and everything, which is big on
produces melatonin, a serotonin-derived hormone that affects the modulation of sleep patterns in both seasonal and circadian rhythms.
And then you have like DMT, which is dimethyltryptamine, which is methylated melatonin, a drug, illegal drug. But thing is, when you have deep REM sleep, that's what your body's releasing. That's your pineal gland releasing DMT. In your when you have crazy dreams,
so weird. Our brain produces an illegal substance.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
And the thing is, there are certain substances you can ingest, you can smoke, you can drink, and everything that basically make you go into a DMT. They could go into the same state, a DMT state, while conscious, and it lasts for like a few minutes because your body's not used to that shit while waking up. I think like there's kind of theories around it, like maybe that's your mind is not necessarily meant to handle that and everything, going through these DMT trips. That's why is it so hard to remember dreams? Because your mind basically went through a DMT trip or something, and then like it's cleaning up.
I mean, the theory is that it's like when you're in a dream, you're simultaneously imagining and experiencing what's in the dream, and your memory's kind of like not working during that time.
It's weird, man. And then like when you have near-death experiences, a lot of people are like, oh, I saw God, I saw Jesus and everything, and all that. Thing is, they found that when people have near-death experiences, or just even when people die, period, the brain gets a huge rush of DMT, a huge DMT release in the pineal gland.
Why does it do that?
And
is it to just make your last moments on Earth super fun and trippy?
Who knows, man?
Like you're about to get run over by a train and just explodes.
Fuck it, bro. We're gonna die. Let's get high as fuck, dude. Like shit. Let's do it. But yeah, maybe. Who knows? And
has that been? Are there any actual cases of that? Let me look that up.
Well, and then you have people who have near-death experiences, and they say, "Oh, I saw Jesus, I saw God, I saw heaven, and everything."
And that is attributed to.
That could be a DMT trip, bro. Like, yeah, you're seeing all this stuff. Like, yeah, I saw seraphims and aliens with wings, and like God came out of Mars and like danced to me and told me the universe. I saw a rainbow, and the rainbow was singing to me that everything's gonna be okay. Stop worrying about dumb shit. It doesn't matter. And they're like, yeah, dude, you may have just smoked some DMT. Like, but yeah, and it's but actually,
I don't think you actually hallucinate things like that when you smoke DMT.
Well, I wouldn't know either, but like I've heard I remember Joe Rogan, he said that he described it as like he was going through he basically saw all this basically sacred geometry.
Yeah, well, that's it. Geometry, shapes,
all this sacred. It's like he got into an elevator that took him up into the cosmos of the universe. And he saw all this sacred geometry.
That's pretty cool.
And then he had all these. As soon as he started thinking bad thoughts, it's like he had millions of voices. It was like speaking this language. He couldn't necessarily understand it, but like. It's like he could understand. He could understand it, but he didn't know the language. But he knew what they were saying, and it was weird. And it's like as soon as he started thinking bad thoughts, I'm like, no, that doesn't matter. stop doing that. We love you, love you, love you. Like saying we love you a million times over and over and over and over until the feeling of people telling you I love you and all that stuff overwhelmed any even inclinations to think bad thoughts. And it was like, there you go. Like that, basically. It was weird. But yeah, that everybody listening is like, what in the fuck?
Right.
But yeah. But hey man, that's what it's like.
Crazy. God.
And it's like, I remember that movie Waking Life. Really great. It's like it's a series of philosophical conversations, all animated, right? And one of the conversations they talk about how people have been found like after the brain is even after death, the brain there's still about 10 minutes of 10 to 11 minutes to 15 or even 20 minutes of brain activity
what
after
if your
you die.
brain gets flattened?
Well, yeah.
Then no.
Yeah.
Sorry for you guys.
But yeah, but they found that after people's heart stopped, there you go.
Okay.
There was still like up to 15, 20 minutes of brain activity.
Jeez.
And we know that when you die, you get a huge rush of DMT. And the thing is, one thing they mentioned is you ever had those dreams where like, you went to sleep at 6:01 and you have this crazy journey that must have taken like hours and everything or days or whatever, what have you. Then you wake up
6:30.
It's 6:30 and all that's passed is 29 minutes. That's it. 29 minutes. That's all that passed. Meanwhile, it seemed like forever. And the takeaway from that is you die, get a huge rush of DMT, have this crazy DMT trip. People like go to heaven and they see all these journeys, or you have this crazy long dream, or you're seeing the afterlife, right? That might be a DMT rush or DMT trip happening right after you die. And everything.
Yeah, so religion is basically just a near-death hallucination.
Yeah.
Some guys are like, oh my God, guys, I know what happened when you die.
And then someone's like, oh, see, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's just a hallucination. But a thing that Rogan himself likes to say all the time. Okay, say it's all fake or that it's all in your head and that it's all bullshit and it's not really there. Does the takeaway that you leave that experience with, the massive enlightenment, the feel good, the realization of what's really important in your life, is that any less because it happened?
No, you're still experiencing it.
Yeah. Even if you technically didn't really shoot up into the universe and have visions of friggin' like Beelzebub, like, teaching you like ancient mathematics and hieroglyphics and everything, like, does it really mean that because you came back to Earth and said, hey, maybe I shouldn't worry about the mortgage so much and should concentrate on enjoying life with my wife and kids while I'm here?
I like these candles.
Does that mean that it's not as meaningful to you? Yeah.
All right, but I mean, that's if you just take DMT and have these experiences alive. But what if, it's like you said, a near-death hallucination, near-death experience, and you're having these hallucinations? Because does that hallucination ever end? They always say the afterlife after this life is eternal. That's a lot of religions and cultures imply that.
Then again, who the fuck's here to tell you that? Exactly. Yeah.
So that's the thing. So it's like,
because once you're dead, you're gone. He's on the other side.
Dreams end. You wake up, but if you don't wake up, does the dream end?
Holy fuck! Yeah, actually,
you don't know. Yeah. You don't know.
Oh my God.
We only know people who revive and be like, listen, I saw these lights. And I think I saw my grandma. She said everything's okay.
And then
we're good.
Yeah, man. And then speaking of friggin' what's it called? Psychedelics. We're gonna get animated mascara. Not animated mascara. But like
when you first met, I thought that was what you were talking about.
Yeah. But basically that's another name, I believe, for the same mushrooms used in ayahuasca. Like the ayahuasca where they put basically they have, everybody knows what shrooms are. Okay, take shrooms, make a tea out of it, and there you go. That's, I believe, animated muscaria.
Amanita muscaria.
Oh, Amanita muscaria. Yeah. So I'm a dumbass proliferating.
Yeah. I was looking it up to see what it is.
Amanita muscaria.
It's a mushroom.
Yeah, mushroom. There's actually this dude, Graham Hancock, wrote this book, The Fingerprints of God. Basically,
Fingerprints of the Gods, right?
Fingerprints of the Gods? Okay, that might be it.
I think so. I just want to make sure we get it right if you want to do a plug.
Google people. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it's plural. Fingerprints of the Gods.
Yeah. And
by
basically,
Graham Hancock.
he explores this theory, right, where all this mention of plants, you know how in the Old Testament, the Garden of Eden, you had Adam and Eve, and they ate from the tree of life. They gained all knowledge, and then they gained shame, and then everything was fucked up, and God was like, you fucking assholes, and get out of the Garden of Eden, and now suffer.
Ate an apple.
Dick. Ate a fucking apple.
Somebody said God's biggest mistake was making the apple forbidden. He should have made the snake forbidden, and they would have eaten the snake. Because it's just human. Because you're human. If you forbid something, you're just more and more tempted to.
Satan's up there like, hey, y'all should try them apples. You know what? That motherfucker tastes like. What are y'all doing? Get off me! Like,
I'll try the apple, but God said we can't eat you, and I want to find out why.
No, I don't know why I gave Satan in his reptilian incarnation the same voice as that one strange gay dude from Family Guy. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, like, and big. Fuck, jumble the words. Anyway, but yeah, they're saying all references to, like, you know, this plants that give you knowledge, from the tree of life in the Garden of Eden to the burning bush that spoke to Moses. I believe I haven't brushed up on my Christianity in a while, but basically,
Moses was the burning bush guy.
Yeah,
he went on the mountain.
Moses, he got the burning bush, man. He told him not to lay with that girl Sally, and now his bush is fucking burning.
I mean, the whole joke is that was like the ganja man.
Absolutely, yeah.
Burning bush,
and
I mean,
it was either like. There's theories that he's gonna say it's weed. No, animated mascara, motherfucker.
Amanita
muscaria. Yeah. But that's actually a theory, that the references to plants that give you knowledge or tell you are these great, you know, either give you knowledge or give you these great revelations in the Bible are actually references to Amanita muscaria mushrooms, bro. And it's like all the way from like cultures like the original like depictions of Saint Nick and everything. Like the idea of the friggin' stocking was actually modernly adapted from, I believe. Okay, I think I'm regurgitating information again. Check me on this. Check it yourself, actually. But yeah, those were actually supposed to be mushrooms or depiction of shrooms and everything. Yeah.
Who knows, man? When's that long ago?
Yeah. And like the whole idea is that there's also a sect of Christianity called like basically Gnostics, right? Not agnostics, but Gnostics. Like, and there's the Gnostic Gospels, right? And the Gnostic Gospels basically turn all of Christendom on its head and say, hey, you know the God of the Old Testament? Yeah. Actually, that guy was the asshole, and the serpent is your friend. And you're like, what the fuck are you saying? All right, hear me out.
The greatest plot twist ever.
Yeah, think about it. You have this snake on one hand saying, hey, man, it's not right. You shouldn't walk around being these brainless automatons. You should know right from wrong and make your decisions accordingly and take accountability and autonomously. You shouldn't walk around just brainless, these brain dead robots being like, good, bad, God's sake, I do. Like, no.
Like Christians today.
Sorry,
guys.
Fired.
Sorry, guys.
Shots fired. But yeah,
I could say that I'm Christian.
Actually, of all religions today, if you really want to think about it. But yeah, and it's like, meanwhile, and then on the flip side, you have that on one side. This guy saying, you guys should just know and, you know, think for yourselves, man. On the other side, you have, if your daughter gets raped and doesn't marry her rapist, stone her. If you're gay, burn him. If he's gay, burn him. Yo, like,
more than that, you can't touch
if she's your, like, wives, women, shut up. No rights for you.
No tattoos.
Like, think about, everyone, this is probably pissing off a lot of people right now, but think about it. What do you get out of the Old Testament, bro? Actually sit and read the book of Leviticus. Like, you know, the guy who's telling you, like, if you do so much as eat the wrong type of shellfish or, you know, wear clothes that made from different types of wools and linens together. Yeah, that's a law.
You
like,
better match.
Yeah, you're not supposed
to. You're going to hell.
You're gonna burn alive, or you should be stoned to death. This dude's telling you to stone and kill and all this shit, and it's like, yeah, that's the asshole. Like, you think it'd be obvious, like, no, that's the fucking asshole. The same guy who killed everyone in the flood, the same guy who said you guys can't communicate and everything. Yeah, the whole idea is that's actually the Gnostics. They believe that's actually the asshole, and the whole thing is that Amanita muscaria was basically the tree of knowledge and everything. And the thing is, when people eat it, think of all the people who do psychedelics, really take psychedelics. How many assholes do you know are trying to, you know, who get revelations through, you know, shrooms and everything, and then want to kill you, and if you don't follow their revelation? No, they're just saying, hey, dude, you should try this sometime and everything. Like, it's just plain. It's okay. I'm not endorsing necessarily the Gnostic Gospels, but it's kind of plain as day the difference between people who like how the people who purport religion in extremist interpretations versus people who purport like psychedelic exploration. There's a bigger difference. One will kill you if you don't follow along. That's it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And this is a theory I just thought of here.
Yeah.
When you say good guys, bad guys, who the real good guy is. Have you heard of the Fermi paradox?
Fermi paradox? No, what's that?
Is the apparent contradiction between high estimates of the probability of the existence of extraterrestrial civilization and humanity's lack of contact with or evidence for such civilizations.
Okay.
Basically, it's like, if the universe is so big and so old,
Yeah.
why have we not been contacted yet?
Who the fuck wants to talk to us? Look at us, we're assholes. We kill each other. We kill each other.
There's got to be one guy out there who's like, you guys aren't the only ones. Like, have you ever saw the Truman Show?
Yeah.
Like, they did such a good job of like protecting Truman from the outside world, and yet somebody would like parachute into it.
Yeah.
I think somebody who. That's the paradox. Like, what is it preventing other civilizations from reaching us?
Well,
one theory is,
yeah.
at some point in every civilization, we reach a point where we just blow ourselves up. We just get so scientifically advanced and just so, I guess, violent, whatever. And you know what, with how humans are with war and everything.
Like, yeah, we got Facebook, but now we got drones.
Exactly. It doesn't seem that far-fetched.
Yeah.
So maybe, I'm thinking, this God who did not want us to have all this knowledge is just protecting us. He's just protecting us because knowledge can be dangerous.
Dumb people can't make drones. I can't make a missile. Can you make a missile? I don't even know how this fucking mic works right now. Like, yeah.
I talk into it.
Yeah, and it just
Somehow
happens.
my voice appears on this computer.
You fucking hear this shit, and if it broke, God, I hope to God there's another smart guy here who can fix this shit because I can't. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
But yeah.
Exactly. So. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe he is the good guy trying to make sure keep us in our dumb little cages.
Well, there's also a give and take with all things in life. You always notice there's one side of things and another side of things. On one hand, yay, freedom. On the other hand, the freedom to do dumb shit. Like, one thing, look at America. Great thing about America, we have... America, fuck yeah. Like, people can, like, even though, you still have the whole 1% and Wall Street and all that nonsense and everything... You still, relative to a lot of other, societies, someone can go from the bottom to the top very easily.
A lot easier than a lot of other places.
In a lot of other places. Well, not very easily,
Not very, no.
But still, it's
win the lottery.
It's a lot easier than other places where someone can be born into something and they could just be permanently there, period, because of the birthright. Meanwhile, you could be born into something and it's like, fuck you, you're poor, you're going to be poor forever.
That's it, you're just unlucky.
Meanwhile,
it's the weirdest
here,
genetic lottery.
You can be poor, get a couple ass implants, get fucked by the right celebrity, release a sex tape, and bang, you're rich now. Or you learn how to shoot a ball amazingly and get drafted by the right team, and bang, you're a millionaire now. Like, shit like that. And it's like, but there's a give and take with everything, like with freedom. Like, for instance, on the same as Graham Hancock, he was also mentioning how when he lived in Somalia, there was a dictator, I forget the name, right? And basically, it was relatively peaceful. It was like the same comparison people draw between modern day Iraq, where you have all these civil wars between all these sects and like sects as an SECTES. Yeah, all these different sects and everything of society, all this sectarian violence. There you go. All this sectarian violence between warlords and different groups and different tribes, ethnicities, lineages, and then you have this fucking ISIS death cult wandering just killing everyone and beheading journalists and everything, shooting students in the streets, crucifying babies and everything. It's hell on earth.
Yep.
And meanwhile, compare that to Iraq with Saddam in power. He was fucked up. He was fucked up. He gassed the Kurds. His sons were fucking sociopaths.
Oh, yeah.
If you remember,
there's a movie about that.
Yeah, The Devil's Double.
Yeah.
Based off of the more psychotic son. Dude was a fucking sociopath. He would snatch your daughter off the street and then just dump her corpse when he was done with her.
He would look for weddings.
Yeah.
And if he sees
soldier's
there's a wedding
yeah.
nearby, he'd go in the wedding and rape your wife.
Rape your wife. And what could you do about it? Because he's fucking Saddam's son. fuck, Saddam almost cut his balls off himself. If that movie's true, I don't know if that was thrown in for dramatization, but yeah, like fuck, like goddamn. But still, that was generally way better than what they have now, and it's
then better than what ISIS is doing now.
Yeah, it's like because before it was like you had this crazy fuck. Yeah, and his crazy sons, but at the same time, the general idea was stay out of his way and you're good. And generally, Somalia, it's kind of like the same thing with them. Because when this dictator was in power, you know, he got in power. But first, Somalia was composed of like was a largely nomadic people. They didn't have a set written language, and people even said, you know, people who study language, they even said it's impossible for them to have a language because they're a bunch of nomads and everything. It wouldn't work, or it has to be Arabic or Aramaic because, you know, they're all Muslim and they're gonna have to use a Muslim language or something and just adopt that Muslim language. This dude came in and said, "Fuck that. We're gonna have our own language based off the Latin alphabet."
Huh.
And he just basically said, "We're doing this," and everybody just did it. And now Somalia has a language. Like, yeah. And then
he's like the Genghis Khan of Somalia. Genghis Khan brought all the tribes together, united them. It was the first one to do that.
Sure, he did it through killing the fuckload out of literally millions of people, but he did it. He united people together. And then also, like, the give and take, it's like, you know, like, he passed a law saying women were allowed to divorce their husbands. And
crazy law in that time, huh?
Fucking insanity. Shit. And all
Next thing you know, women are driving.
All the religious
when does
leaders,
it stop?
All the religious leaders got together and they were like, "This guy's crazy. We got to take him out of power and everything." And he was like, "Oh, really? Okay." Rounds them all up, has them shot dead, and that's the end of that. And everything.
See?
Yeah.
No filibusters.
Yeah.
No, I gotta pass a bill.
Yeah. Like
no
like,
jurisprudence.
Yeah, man.
Habeas corpus, none of that.
See, that's the thing. You have the freedom for one person to do good things if they want to do good things, but also if that person wants to do bad things, they can do bad things. But then again, when you have freedom, here, you have like, you know, we have the freedom where people can come to New York and like, you know, or like San Francisco, and gays can marry gays and just live and happily and everything, not worry about persecution.
Or like you need a good business idea and like the right skills.
Get a good business idea. You have people
become big, self-made billionaires, man.
Make millions putting out YouTube videos or fucking Vines. Chicks can twerk on Vine and make 6 figures.
That kindergarten teacher?
Yeah. She quit her job and now she twerks and makes 6 figures. And it's awesome. Good for her. Because dumbasses like us love that. She should make money off of us. Fuck yeah. But anyway, yeah. There's that, and there's freedom like that. But on the other hand, you also have fucking like, you know, like companies saying, "Oh, you know, you know what? We don't feel like like, you know, the insurance, the medical benefits you get from getting employed and everything. Like, you know what? You shouldn't be sleeping around with so many men. I'm not going to cover abortions or birth control. Fuck you." Companies have the freedom to do that in some states.
Companies do. Yeah. That's like that's lack of government intervention. Yeah. But, I mean, you should say, the argument for that is the market argues. I mean, the market fights that. So it's like if one company does that, employees don't like that, they can work somewhere else.
It could,
Problem is, I mean, with this...
Yeah, what if you're
hot with the unemployment rate, where are you going to go?
And what if you're broke as fuck in the middle of fucking podunk, like, I don't want to say a particular state for it makes someone mad. Let's just say it rhymes with Kalashramma. Anyway, but anyway, like, yeah, what if you're a poor fuck with no place to go? Say you're a kid, you're born gay, in a place like that where there's like a lot of... That's one thing I noticed. One thing I noticed. It's not a choice? One thing... no, well, believe it or not, yeah. It's weird. But yeah, one thing I noticed when I was at training in South Carolina and Augusta, Georgia for the military, the South, right? Tons of people. It's kind of like Southerners had the same apologetic mindset about slavery that Germans do about the Holocaust and the Nazism, right? And it's like, they were like, "Oh, yeah, you know, it's so stupid. People think that black people and white people aren't equals. You know, we're the same. Yeah, we're just the same." Then take those same people who are like, "And if you're gay, what the fuck type of shit is that?" Like, literally. And I swear, one of the biggest things that I saw in the army, soldiers who were gay as fuck. Gay as fuck. Same thing I saw in when I came in Black Church, coming up in Black Church and everything. You know, Baptist, you know, and all that stuff. 7-Day Adventist, all that stuff.
Are the stereotypical TV depictions of that accurate or not?
Yeah, yeah, they are. And everything, yeah.
That sounds so fun.
But it's like, yo, they were dudes from priests to soldiers, right? Both areas. You know how they have the stereotype of, you know, the Catholic schoolgirl, she can't do anything. Her parents won't let her do anything. The school decides not to let her do anything, and they turn out to be the biggest sluts in the world. Stereotype, like I said. Don't feel mad if you're a Catholic schoolgirl, sorry. But anyway,
we love everybody.
Same thing with depression and stuff. Like you had these dudes who came up who were literally priests in the church, and dudes who are in like soldiers in the army. They're gay as fuck. And am I gay as fuck? I don't mean that in an offensive way. I love gay people. They're awesome. Fuck yeah. But like these dudes are gay as fuck. Meanwhile, they're like, oh my God, can you believe these guys talking about legalizing gay marriage? That's disgusting, isn't it? On some Mr. Garrison shit from South Park. It's like, bro, we know you love dick. Everyone in a 5-mile radius with any sense of gaydar knows you love dick, and you're pretending to hate it.
Dude, it's like the best story ever when the politician who rallies against homosexuality to this incredible extent is found doing meth with homosexual prostitute.
Yeah. Or like
it's the best.
Yeah. And it's like people the most against, or who come up in societies or cultures where they're most against something, turn out to love it the most. Like that one guy who's like, oh, people on welfare should get drug tested, was just caught with cocaine.
I know.
What the fuck?
It's
like they don't even try anymore. Or like how like in certain parts of the Middle East where like according to images of the media, you have like, you know, rampant homophobia, and kind of culturally, like from people who've been over there is rampant homophobia. But at the same time, like places
There's
like
Gay Boy Tuesday.
There,
where you find a special place with a special
basically
male
men are regarded
same-sex someone.
Yeah, men are regarded for
go
pleasure.
To town, man.
Yeah, men are regarded for pleasure. Women are regarded for procreation. It's like, why the fuck would I fuck some woman when I could go fuck a dude?
Yeah, well, I mean, Asian Greeks thought that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Male orgies were the manliest things ever.
Yeah, it was the funniest thing about warriors and everything. When you read up on samurai, Spartans, and everything, all these dudes butt fucked each other while deployed. And the funny thing is, like, I've heard rumors and everything, and I'm sure, you know, you get the right type of guys deployed long enough with each other. They call it gay till homecoming. Dudes who get deployed and everything, God. Like in combat units, you know, in combat units where it's like you're not a chick in sight, and it's all your bros for like about a year and a half, and you're just deployed together. Like, fuck, dude, I'm horny, you horny, fuck it, let's touch tips.
Isn't the military co-ed now?
Yeah. Certain jobs, basically, like
how about your unit? Any?
Yeah, women can be military police. Yeah, it's not. It's kind of weird. It's kind of considered a combat job, but it's not a combat job. It was fucking weird. I don't know. Fucking everyone's getting shot at, man. Fuck it. Yeah. Everyone's getting shot at.
You can get shot here.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
But yeah. And it's like the fuck. We just started talking about gay sex and shit. Like, now I can't even remember.
How's that DMT trip going, man?
But yeah. So I don't know. I guess fuck. We're about to come up on an hour. So I guess the moral of this is, yeah, man, DMT and gay sex. It's great. I had a point.
What a great ending, Chef.
Absolutely. Fuck it. If I remember what my point is, we'll get to it to the next recording. Okay. Well, yeah. So
this has been Cooking with Chef.
Cooking with Chef, episode whenever the fuck this one comes on or whatever.
I think next episode you have to explain where you got the name Chef, because how are your cooking skills? All right, we got to wrap it up.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
All right, and I am Kevin Kaitovsky. Thanks for listening, guys. You've been great. Love
Gay
you.
sex, DMT. Do it.
God,
absolutely.
Dude.
See you next time. All right, cool.
Stop the recording.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
That one's gonna get censored.
I have no idea.